Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! This is really an honor for me to talk about Descendants and Zombies and be your host of the voice of Descendants and Zombies, because in all honesty, I think a lot of people really show up on YouTube to criticize Descendants and Zombies, and I don't want to do that for you guys. If I'm going to do anything, I'm going to provide you with great commentaries on Descendants and Zombies and talk about it for what it's worth. A great show that everybody fell in love with, and the stars of the show really brought the best out of all of us because we're more kind now. We're friends with more people. And I think that Descendants and Zombies has really inspired us that kindness really does go a long way. My favorite Descendants star was always Ruby Rose Turner for her portrayal of Bridget, the young Queen of Hearts, because of how kind she was and her exemplification and illustration of how far kindness can really go in this lifetime. You know, I grew up in a generation where I was fortunate enough to have a few really good friends, and that's all I ever lived by, the idea of having just a few really good friends to help you make it through life. You didn't need a whole lot of good friends, but the thing was, the few friends that I had were really kind, and we stayed friends for forever. Now, as time went on, we went our separate ways, and we don't have much contact anymore, but I did have a few really good friends in high school, and I had the honor of getting to know each and every one of you many years later through the power of Descendants and Zombies. This is the one niche that I would love to provide commentary on for the rest of my life, because it really helps me put my own life into perspective. You know, oftentimes when I couldn't make sense of my own life and I felt like I had nobody, I had the Descendants and Zombies fans, and I quickly realized that the Descendants and Zombies universe was the most supportive and most die-hard fans in the world, because they never quit on what or who they believe in. Because when you guys could have quit on me, you didn't, and some of the very first subscribers that I've ever had on this YouTube channel are still here. A year and a half ago, I showed up on YouTube, and I promised you guys I was going to go out of my way to produce more Descendants and Zombies videos than perhaps anybody had ever gone out of their way to produce on YouTube. And a year and a half later, as we approach the 2-year anniversary of this YouTube channel next August, I have 3,000 subscribers, over 2,800 watch hours, and 52,000 views on this YouTube channel in their entirety. And I can't even believe that. This is really an honor for me to be able to commentate on Descendants and Zombies, because I was commentating on a lot of things on YouTube that didn't make a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people, and I've had so many opportunities on the radio and YouTube that never really fallen through with, because I couldn't say what I wanted, I couldn't say how I feel about a product, about a video game, about a TV show or a movie, or whatever genre I was providing commentary on, because I've commentated on a lot of things over the years: professional sports, movies, music, what have you, and I've been involved in the entertainment industry for what feels like forever, and I've been famous on YouTube for virtually everything that I've ever talked about or had anything to do with. But Descendants and Zombies has given me my most fondest memories, and some of the most greatest memories that I will ever cherish. I know for certain I will never forget any of you. While many of you probably will forget about me, I know I will never forget about you, because the way I look at it and the way I see it is, we're in this together. So we are all Descendants and Zombies fans. There is no better niche I would want to die with at the hands of an alien invasion, which reportedly is going to happen in just under 100 plus days. It will be you guys, because you guys are some of my greatest friends, and you're the ones that I tell everything to. When I felt like I had nobody that would listen to me, I knew I had the friendships of the fans of Descendants and Zombies. That really made me help make sense of my own life, and that's why I've dedicated my entire life to talking about Descendants and Zombies every day of my life for the rest of it. Because Descendants and Zombies is just so unpredictable. Nobody knows what's going to happen from one moment to the next, what characters we're going to see their introduction into the franchise. I mean, you take zombies. I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen in the Zombies franchise from one minute to the next, with the Vortex now mysteriously going to be revealing a new supernatural creature that is going to pose the greatest threat ever to Seabrook, regardless of its witches, regardless of its sirens, regardless of its mermaids inside of this Vortex. Nobody knows what the Vortex is going to unveil. But as the date for Zombies 5 etches closer in 2028, as far away as that may seem, I think I'm going to be really interested in hearing all the predictions you guys are going to be making about what could be inside of that vortex. And when it's revealed, by the time Zombies 5 touches down and holds a forever place in all of our hearts, I'm going to be very excited to see where we go from here, because we could be headed in any direction with Descendants and Zombies. We know we have a new franchise coming into the fold, with Malachi Burton and Freya Sky being the stars and the leads of Zombies now. Now that Zed is no longer the lead, the contemplation of whether or not the title will be changed remains to be seen. But I think they'll keep going with Zombies 5, because I think the franchise is still going to have the name attached to it. They may change up the name a little bit with a subtitle or what have you, like they did with Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, because no Zombies movie had a subtitle attached to it ever before Zombies 4. It was always Zombies 1, 2, and 3. So a lot of people are making early on predictions. I know a lot of you will be teenagers by the time Zombies 5 happens, because a lot of you will be graduating this year. But that's the cool thing about zombies. It doesn't really attract one specific age demographic. It attracts multiple age demographics, and so many people feel differently about Descendants of Zombies. Older people feel different than the younger group of fans. But the thing is, these franchises are being reintroduced now to a whole new generation, even Zombies 4. It doesn't seem that long ago when we had the Zombies 3 movie. That was back in 2022, and they filmed it during the pandemic. So the thing is, Zombies and even Descendants is being introduced to a new generation of fans who are going back and reintroducing themselves to what Descendants of Zombies actually was, leading up to Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampire. So it was really cool how not only is this franchise being reintroduced to people, but it's also touching the hearts of people of the past who were fans of Descendants of Zombies and who can remember watching it. I know for certain that I will never forget the profound impact that Descendants of Zombies has had on my life, because it's had an impact on my life that has really changed my life for the better, because I was looking for a niche to provide commentary on, and I found you guys. And I've been telling you stories about my life, about Descendants of Zombies, how I feel about the script, because I really believe that you can't tell a story in just under 90 minutes and complete it. You just can't. I think Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires in total wasn't even 90 minutes. It was 87 minutes. Is that correct? So because it was 87 minutes, you can't believe that you can tell a story after having the torch passed with Malachi Burton and Freya Skyen completed it. Okay, we fall in love, happily ever after, goodbye. There's going to be more of a story told, and I'm really excited about that because, as I just said, you can't tell a story in 90 minutes and get away with it, run away with the plot. There are so many supernatural creatures that have yet to see their introduction into zombies that I, for one, would be really excited about, like goblins and trolls and sirens and mermaids, because I live on an island where mermaid tales are very frequently told. And because mermaid tales are very frequently told and show up in scripts for stage productions, what have you, on this island and the history that goes with this island and mermaids, I'm excited to see what mermaids will offer to the plot of zombies, a very unpredictable one, and sometimes the personality of mermaids vary. They can be kind, they can be evil, so I think there could be a very big threat on the way to Seabrook, but that will cause all the supernatural creatures like vampires, werewolves, and zombies that we've previously seen come together to band together against this threat, whatever is inside of that vortex. So it makes for a fun time to be a fan of zombies, and I, for one, am really excited to be here on this incredible journey that you girls have had me on for forever. From the very first moment, a girl showed up at my door dressed up as her favorite Descendants character on Halloween, persuading me to create a Descendants of Zombies podcast. You guys got your wish. And this show will always and forever be here for you, because I know how much Descendants of Zombies means to every single person who's ever said proudly they are a fan of Descendants of Zombies. So I have a Descendants interview to watch. It runs for about 11 minutes. It's a fairly lengthy interview, and we're going to watch this interview together, featuring Kylie Cantrall and Malia Baker, whose friendship has been talked about a lot. Of course, there are a lot of rumors derived from this friendship, but that's to be expected because of the jealousy that ascends from Descendants' success over the last number of years. Since the rebirth of Descendants, if you would, there's been a lot of criticism thrown the way of Kylie Cantrall for her political point of view, her friendship with Malia Baker being blown completely out of proportion. Let me just say this. A friendship between two girls is incredibly beautiful, and I support a friendship between two girls, because sometimes when a girl can't make sense of her own life, she needs the support of her girlfriend. And I think that these two girls have really brought Descendants to life in a way that nobody else could have ever been able to do it if ever given the opportunity. Kylie Cantrall is the embodiment of Red. Malia Baker is the embodiment of Chloe Charming, and their friendship really shines both on and off of camera. Not only on the set of Descendants do they put it on display, they do off display of Descendants too. So that's really cool, because Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson, while they may have displayed their friendship, for Descendants and Descendants only, I think that Kylie Cantrall and Malia Baker have gone above and beyond the requirements of actresses to really bring this to life and make people believe in it more than we ever have over the last decade. It's been an incredible decade having the honor to talk about Descendants and Zombies with you guys, and I'm really excited to watch this interview with you. I watched this interview and showed it before on my channel, but I have a lot of new subscribers, so we're going to repeat this interview, and we're going to watch this one again, and I'm going to provide you some great commentary to go along with it. I love any time I have the opportunity to look at these interviews of Kylie Cantrall and Malia Baker together, because they have so much fun when they're doing PR for Descendants, and they really bring this to life in a way that I think Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson never did, because not only do they put it to life on the set of Descendants, they also bring it to life off the set of Descendants, and they really do their best to really make you believe in what you're watching and the story of Descendants, which I give them a profound amount of credit for, because while the friendships of Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson were put on display, they were never put on as effectively as what what Kylie Cantrall and Malia Baker have done for us. Their friendship is beautiful. And I want to say this to everybody who's criticized them for being friends and created all these rumors. I mean, we don't know what happens off the set of Descendants and Zombies. And the thing is, I think that these rumors are just pretty much bogus because people just want to get attention for their YouTube channels and their YouTube videos, so they're going to say what they want to say about Kylie Cantrall and Malia Baker and make us believe what they want us to hear. So I think that the more support that we can give Kylie Cantrall and Malia Baker, the better off it's going to be for them, and the better off their image is going to be perceived, because I think it's just got a lot to do with jealousy and the profound success that Descendants and Zombies has had. I've kind of just wanted to take that away from them because I really do love watching these interviews. I have shown this interview before. It is very detailed, and it offers you a lot of great insight on what happens behind the scenes. This was done for Descendants: The Rise of Red just last year, and they had so much fun doing it. So we're going to watch this video together, guys. Don't forget to ring my bell to stay up to date with notifications. Hit my like and subscribe button to help this YouTube channel out as we watch this video together.
So we're at VidCon right now, and is this your guys' first VidCon, or?
Actually, it's not. I came to VidCon a few years back.
These conventions are so cool.
Because I was like on Musically.
Oh, she
I was on influencer. That was my Musically influencer era, and I remember I performed at the Musically stage.
Did you actually?
Guys, I was like 4 feet tall. I don't know how they let me in.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, I was Hello Kylie at the time. That was my stage name.
Oh.
I've not been here. This is my first time, but I want footage of this. This sounds
yeah.
amazing.
We're gonna look back at
we need that. Let's put it in here.
Oh my god, she was very young and old there. I would say 7 years old.
Okay, well you've been here before. Is it crazy that this whole thing is literally like centered around like Rise of Red? Like the literal lanyards are Rise of Red. Like, is that crazy?
Are they?
Yeah,
that's actually crazy.
Everyone's wearing the Rise of Red lanterns and everything's. Yeah.
You guys show up, and when you show up, you show up out of
feel to have,
support
like,
of the
the whole
Rise of Red.
thing
That's the
centered
cool thing
around
about
you
you guys. You believe
It
in
feels
the Descendants
crazy.
so
It's kind
much
of hard to even
that you really bring this
comprehend,
franchise to life, and I give you a
given
profound
that
amount of credit for
last
that.
time I came here, I was like, I don't like, this is crazy. I'm literally a little kid. I don't think any person here knows who I am. So it's definitely cool, like, coming in this way and just getting to talk about our movie finally.
I know, it's been such a hot second of us just sitting on it quietly is so exciting. I mean, it's such an extravagant movie that I feel like we wanted to share it so easily on.
Yes.
Our close friend stories were always like, it's coming, guys, I swear. It's coming. Yeah, so this is so real.
And when I was walking in here, there were lines out the door of fans. Like, how does it feel to like finally get to see like the fans for this movie?
I remember when they used to think
It's so
probably 100
special.
people would show up
That's
for these
why we do
conventions,
it,
and then thousands show up. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just so cool.
It's amazing how you guys never fail to blow their minds.
Our dream is just for if even one group of little girlfriends get together at a sleepover to watch this movie and it makes them happy and they sing the songs and dress up, like that's the ultimate goal.
That's the ultimate goal. So it's so nice to see everyone in flesh for the first time. Because it's really all just been online. You never really think of,
It doesn't like
it doesn't so
You never really think of franchising get to the point that the Descendants got to. That was the thing, which makes it the most revered since High School Musical, Hannah Montana. And I was a part of the Disney Channel Revolution, so I know. I know how much this means to you.
Like you've made it. Like,
There are
this
the
is
dolls.
crazy.
Look at that.
tears.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Tears.
That bathroom.
And speaking of the fans, what is your guys' favorite, like, craziest fan interaction?
Oh shoot. For this or for anything?
Anything. This ever.
I wonder what was the craziest fan interaction.
Oh my gosh.
I think for me it was when a fan
That was,
posed to
like,
be me online when I was a
tiny bit
teenager.
interesting. I mean, it was like cute
That was
because it was
crazy.
a little girl and her dad. I remember my dad and I went through this phase where we were riding bird scooters a lot. Like, just
I
like
love bird
through my
scooters.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
I have
So
never
real
ridden a
fun
scooter
before
in
I
my
got hurt,
life.
and I was
I don't
like,
think I'd ever
"Put that
want
to
to.
bed."
I'd probably die on
I would
one.
like just be riding around my
I'd
neighborhood.
crash and die
And I remember like me and my dad had been riding around for like 30 minutes at this point, and then we kind of like turn onto my street, and then a car pulls up, and it's like a little girl. She rolls down the window. She's like, "Gabby!" From my other show, Gabby Duran. She's like, "That's Gabby." And then her dad was like, "We've been following you guys around for like, an hour."
Oh, I've heard about this. Yeah, I was like, what?
Oh,
I wonder how I'd feel about that.
That's cute. cute. I mean, I had no idea.
I'd probably hide in the bushes.
So yeah, good to be aware. I mean, they were really cute, but
Yeah, it is good to be
It's
aware.
a little interesting.
I had like my email got leaked at some point, and so I got really
Little spam emails?
I know. The thing was I like transferred schools at that point, so I was like,
My
okay,
email has
I
been
need
leaked
to
so
keep
many
up on my school
times.
emails.
Oh my god.
And then this one
So many
person, I
horror
don't know who
stories.
it was, had my email, and they were like, "Hi," and it was. I mean, it's always good intentions. It's just
for
like
sure.
I remember being like 13 and being like, "I need to find my math test. I can't be dealing with this right now. Like my test isn't tomorrow. Is at stake right now, guys." I was like, "Please." But no, it's always fun. It's always good. Yeah.
So you mentioned one of your other projects. Like, tell me a little bit about your guys' experiences in the industry.
We hate it. We don't want to be here. No, just kidding. We love it.
it's out of here. No, I mean, I started off as like a dancer competitively, did that for many years, and then kind of transitioned into releasing little covers on YouTube, and then acting and small
She wanted to make
commercials
YouTube
here and
videos
there,
so
and
bad
then
when
I
she was 8
booked
years
my own
old. She
Disney
had the
series
opportunity to
called
do it
Gabby
because all her
Duran
friends
when I
were
was
doing it at the
13.
time.
Was that
I
your
remember
first,
when her show premiered,
big
Hello Kylie. It was there for the very first
It was
episode.
so much fun.
And she
I have
reviewed
the most
Sam
special
and Cat,
place
I
in my
believe
heart
it
for
was.
that show, and yeah, now
Sam and Cat was always a favorite
forward.
TV show of mine.
VidCon.
Ariana Grande was never 30.
And the whole VidCon center around you guys was just crazy.
Wild. But no, I started in the industry when I was 11, and my mom, I live in a really tiny town, and we're an hour from the city where all the auditions were going to be held. My mom's a single mom, I have a younger sister, we were dancing
The
all the
audition
time like
process
crazy.
is really
My mother's a
excruciating.
dancer as well, and that was
Hundreds of
kind of
auditions
always the
take
base.
place
I
on
did
one
theater for a little
day
bit,
before they
and so I
find the
just wanted
right
to
person with
continue
the
in
right
the
kind of
acting
chemistry,
realm.
the right
And she gave me
people.
1 year. If I booked something
It's excruciating.
very important in 1 year, she knew it was a sign from the universe for me to keep going. And it was a year to the day I got Babysitter's Club. And
You were in the Babysitters Club?
yeah, did you watch it?
Yes, she was.
I'm Marianne.
Right here.
I'm the one with the little glasses.
There she is
like
there.
the little comic books from Barnes
Oh
and
my
Noble.
gosh!
They're so good.
Wait a second.
I love Babysitters Club.
Yeah.
She was on Are You Afraid of the Dark too, for those of you that don't know the
I'll just be
reboot in
walking around with Malia
2022.
and they'll be like,
I was a big fan of
I
Are You
still
Afraid of the
see
Dark? I
Alice
watched it
now.
ever since the 1990s, so I was a millennial. I grew up in the 1990s, so I had the honor of growing up at the time Kylie Cantrall always wanted to experience.
Projects. We never got a premiere.
So I witnessed the rise of the Backstreet Boys, the NSYNC, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, all the people who are revered today.
So
That's a great first premiere.
It's crazy to think that people actually watched it.
No, I watched it.
I'm happy to hear that. That's so sweet. So no, it's crazy to be here now, you know, having the ultimatum from my mother dearest. So it seems to have worked out.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, the glow up goes crazy.
She said, wow, you're Marianne?
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. I know. Crazy.
Tell me a little bit about the audition process for these characters that you're playing.
Ooh, you want to hit it off?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely not super eventful in the sense that I was doing my audition on Zoom, so it was just like me in my living
Doing
room,
your audition on
sweatpants
Zoom.
on.
Yeah, that
I was
must have
just
been very
dressed from like
different.
the
I can't say I've
top.
ever done an audition on
Just
Zoom.
barefoot and
I've
wearing
seen a lot of
sweats.
auditions go down, but never
yeah,
on
I
Zoom.
did the audition. I mean, from the minute
That's how
that I read the
crazy the
script, I
world's
was
getting.
like, oh, I'd love to get this. Like, already I'm a huge Descendants fan. I loved the character. So I hopped on a Zoom with like 40 Disney executives, and I was like, let's just go for it, see what happens.
That's crazy.
And then, yeah, like a couple days later, I got the call. It was very casual. They were like, all right, you're going to be the Princess of Wonderland. Of course, I was like freaking out and crying and so excited, but it's super cash, you know.
That must have been a
but
huge
I think
honor,
it was a
especially
little
after
different
watching
from
it
the
all
way-
your life, watching it ever since the age
This
of
girl,
9.
every single interview we've had with
The
this
emotion
question,
must
she's
have been
been
an
like, oh,
all-time
in a couple
high,
days,
which
I
oftentimes
got
with these
it,
musicals it really is.
For you, it was the long process.
No, it was just like the weird, craziest process. It was like,
Her, like sending in like 10 different covers that they wanted you to send.
I was on, and they recognized at some point that I also played instruments. So I was like on my guitar strumming it. At some point, they were like, do a little folk song. I was like, okay, I can play guitar. And they were like, okay, now Alicia Keys' Mama with the piano. And I was like, okay. And then they were like, just pretend you're singing in your car with some like, I don't know, Kelly Clarkson. And I was like, okay.
Kelly Clarkson, oh my God, I haven't heard that name in
belting
years.
But it was funny
I think she
because
does
I
Wayfair
had the audition
commercials
with
now,
you
last
on
I heard of her.
Zoom, and I was just so excited. The audition lasted like for an hour,
Didn't
but
she have
in
a
the
show?
audition I said Aurora
Kelly
Dawn
Clarkson
instead of
show or something?
Auradon, so I thought that I didn't book it. And then the next
one,
no, on that
thinking
one,
about that for a
no,
while.
seriously, that's like one of those things that's like, Okay,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
think
yeah.
about
I
it.
remember when Ryan
Years
Seacrest started
and I'm
following me
obviously
on
still
Twitter
thinking about
years
it.
ago.
2 years later.
And it was really
Crazy.
creepy.
And so, yeah,
I had a bunch of celebrities like
all these things,
Ryan
and
McCartney,
then they told me if I
Ryan
didn't get a call by
Seacrest,
6 o'clock that night that I
Aaron
wouldn't get
Carter,
it.
they
And
were
it
all
was like
following me on Twitter. It was crazy.
5:50, and they were like, I don't know, girl. They called me and they're like, I have some news. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like in the city, like tearing up. I'm like, I didn't get it. And they're like, you're gonna be a Disney princess. And it was the sweetest thing ever. Yeah.
And what was it like building these characters, like essentially from scratch, right?
Right. Yeah, that's the fun thing about our characters is there wasn't really any sort of model to follow because of the fact that these characters are brand
You had no
new in this
backstory,
universe.
so you had to
There
kind of
hasn't
create
been
your
a
own character
daughter of
traits. You had to really
Prince yet. There hasn't
separate
been a
your
daughter of
characters from the
Cinderella,
Descendants characters of the past.
there was a lot of creative freedom in
With no backstory, it's
having
really
this blank
challenging. I
canvas
know
to
Cynthia
kind of
Carson
paint and
struggled
just,
with that from the
have
first
fun
Descendants.
with, but I think Red is like the most fun character to play, and she's so multi-dimensional, and she's this villain, and she can do all these cool, like, she's so athletic and a badass, but then she also like has a heart and has a softer side that I think really comes out when she meets Chloe. So
Yeah, and I feel like the same thing with Chloe. I think what really like solidified who she was to me is meeting you and like seeing how you were playing Red for the first time, because at that heart it is that like back and forth that makes the duo what it is. So Chloe being this perfectionist, people pleaser, daughter of Cinderella and Prince Charming was just so, I think, perfect, and having
It
your
was
edge
perfect.
and kind of
It was
shifting
probably the
her
best
world
Descendants
made it
cast
all
of
the
all
more
time.
real
One of
and
them for
human.
sure. I say this because of the different
Yeah.
character traits,
I had unicorns
how they
on.
separated
Yeah.
themselves from the
Like some of
originals.
our
It's hard being like the corner of your room
I mean, you
being like,
can't
I love this
criticize that.
character.
You can't criticize that at
Yeah.
all.
Practicing
Just
the
had to
lines
be
of the
incredibly
in your mirror, like,
I'm
hi.
do your best Chloe impression, okay?
Okay, well, this was so much fun. I had so much fun talking to you guys and meeting you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Whose side are you on?
What's my name? What's my name?
Is that the looking glass?
What's it do?
It shows you the future.
Have you looked?
No, why would I want to spoil a surprise? I'm sure
The young Queen of
it'll be
Hearts, my
wonderful.
favorite, Ruby.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
And I'm Malia,
And you've just been buzzed.
Oh my goodness, that was a great reaction video. That was a great interview of Kylie Cantrall and Malia Baker. A lot of PR was done for Descendants just last year, and it's hard to believe that this franchise has come further than anybody expected it to ever do. And the thing was, I was so proud to first discover this franchise was being rebooted under the direction it was. I know Jennifer Fang received a lot of criticism for being the director of this one. Now, Kimmy Gatewood is expected to receive the same amount of criticism, but I just want to put it out there that Descendants has definitely exceeded the expectations of everybody and became one of my all-time favorite franchises to provide commentary on. And it had a lot to do with you guys, because I had the honor to meet each and every one of you and offer my opinion on my take on Descendants and Zombies apart from every other YouTube creator out there. The thing about this YouTube channel is there's always something new here, something very innovative, and I'm just glad to be a part of it with you guys. Give me a moment to switch back over, and we will close this thing out as always with a few final thoughts. I love this so much. Having the chance to talk about Descendants and Zombies for you guys has been the greatest honor of my life, because I got to meet all of you and I got to share in this experience with so many unbelievable fans of these two franchises, ever more fans than High School Musical and Hannah Montana ever experienced, and they had their fair share of fans and support. But Descendants and Zombies has really blown this out of the water for the new Disney generation, and it's really got a long way to go yet, but it's going to get there because of each and every one of you. And I'm just excited to be here providing you commentary on franchises that I know I've fallen in love with, because in all honesty, Descendants and Zombies helped me make sense of my own life when I could never make sense of it, and you guys have become some of my greatest friends. And because of your love and support of this YouTube channel, now over 50,000 plus views, 52,000 views have happened for this YouTube channel. 2,800 watch hours have come in over this YouTube channel as of this morning. This is an incredible experience, one that I know I will never ever forget and forever and always cherish because of you. So I will be back later on this afternoon with a third video for you guys, and later on tonight with a fourth and final video. I'm thinking about doing a reaction video for the Rise of Red trailer. I will let you know what happens this afternoon, so we'll probably do that next this afternoon, because I know I haven't done a reaction video for the trailer in a long time. So for the new fans subscribed here, we'll do that. We'll show the trailer again. I will offer my opinion on it, and we'll have a whole lot of fun doing it, because I do love doing these reaction videos for you, along with very unique commentary, which is what separates these videos from from everybody else's videos on YouTube, because a lot of people will just jump right into the reaction with no introduction, no commentary. But this YouTube channel is something very special, and I think that you guys have fallen in love with this YouTube channel for various reasons that you may or may not have, I don't know. But thank you guys so much for always hitting the subscribe button, hit the like button. Make sure to do that and spread your own message of kindness throughout today. We will talk again in just a few hours from now. Bye, YouTube. Keep on being kind to one another, and we will talk again in just a few hours from now.